So I'll Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Welcome for today's program. The series of Krishna Leela is going on in this auspicious month of Kartik. So I'll just sing Jai Radha Madhav and then we'll do Mangalacharan. Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivar Dhari Jai Radha Madhav Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivar Dhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यष्टारणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So let's say Pranam to Bhagavatam Puran first. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today we will be discussing about this episode of the deliverance of Sisupala. In Krishna book, this comes as the 74th chapter, and in the Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, this also is like in the 10th canto, it is the 74th chapter, which talks about the deliverance of Sisupala. So before the Sisupala, the story begins. There is so many pastimes of Krishna which happen, and sometimes people feel that why we are talking about the killing and everything of Sisupala, Jarasandha, and everyone. But we'll see the Falashruti at the end of this chapter. So today is a very auspicious day of the month of Kartik. And do you know what is there today? Like tomorrow is Ras Purnima day. So what is the significance of today? Hare Krishna. So today is basically Vaishnava. We are all part of the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya today, two main people, their disappearance days are there. Bhugarbha Goswami and Kashishvara Pandita. So I would like to take their blessings before starting this. That's why before Sisupala, I'll try to talk regarding them first. So Bhugarbha Goswami is actually, who is Bhugarbha Goswami is actually Prema Manjari in Vrajalila. And Bhugarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami were very dear friends. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told them to go to Vrindavan, the whole life they stayed in Vrindavan and they served Krishna in Vrindavan. And there is Kashishvara Pandit also. And who is, so basically, see, I'll just minimize myself. Yeah. So you can see this Samadhi Mandir of Bhugarva Goswami, the photo which I have put, and the deity who is there is Gaura Govinda. This is the deity of Kashi Srila Kashirshwar Pandit. So Kashishwar Pandit, the story goes as like the Ishwarpuri, Ishwarpuri, who was the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he sent Govinda and Kashishwar as assistants to servants to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he was staying in Jagannath Puri. And that time, initially Mahaprabhu didn't want to take their service, but because his spiritual master Ishwarpuri had sent him, so he said okay to them. And then this Kashishwar Pandit, and he's also a part of the Vraja Leela. And he basically, when he was in with Mahaprabhu, that time Mahaprabhu told him, okay, Kashishwar, now you go to Vrindavan for serving Srila Rupa Goswami's deities, Radha Govinda Dev. So Kashishwar didn't want to leave Gauranga Mahaprabhu's association. So immediately he told him that no, Mahaprabhu, I cannot go over there. So Mahaprabhu told him that don't worry, I'll give you myself, I will accompany you. So Mahaprabhu in the form of his deity. So the beautiful deity is what we see here is Gaur Govinda. In the form of Gaur Govinda deity, Kashishwar Pandit brought Mahaprabhu to the western part of India. Uh, and then he stayed in Vrindavan and worshipped Gaur Govindaji and Govindaji. And now the deities are in Jaipur, Rajasthan. So these are the prominent. So we seek blessings of these Vaishnavacharyas, Bhugar Goswami and Kashishwara Pandita, because to their disappearance day. So Prabhupada says especially that when there is a disappearance day of great Goswamis and the spiritual masters, especially today's day is fortunate because we get their blessings today. So we pray at the lotus feet for starting today's katha. Hare Krishna. Of the Mahabharata, what is happening? Krishna is always very expert in whatever he does. So Krishna comes to know that Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to perform the Rajasuya sacrifice. So immediately he guides Yudhishthira, and on the guide of Krishna, Yudhishthira sends his brothers to different parts of India and the whole Bharatvarsha actually. So, like for example, Bhimsen is sent to Bhimsen is sent to the eastern side. Arjun is sent to the northern side. And Nakul is sent to the western side. Sahadeva is sent to the southern side. And then then the various things happen. Like for example, when Bhima is sent to the eastern side, he fights with another devotee, and this devotee he fights his devotee king. He fights and he defeats. He gets defeated actually. Bhima gets defeated by the king, and that king he is a great devotee of Krishna. And when he's about to defeat Bhima, Krishna appears for protecting Bhima, and the king offers obeisances to him, and then the war is stopped over there. So similarly, Krishna knows that Jarasandha is one of the obstacle in in Rajasuya sacrifice. That's why first Jarasandha has to be killed. And this is also advice given to Krishna by Uddhava in Dwarka. So Krishna takes Arjuna and Bhima and he goes to Jarasandha in the disguise of a Brahmana. And then there is a fight between Bhima and Jarasandha. And as we all know, the Jarasandha, who Bhima divides, like the two halves of the grass, Bhima divides him. But when he throws him, both the parts unite together. Then Krishna intelligently tells Bhima that throw in the opposite direction. When he throws in the opposite direction, then the parts don't join together and Jarasandha is killed. So the main obstacle in Yudhishthira Maharaj Rajasuya sacrifice is Jarasandha was eliminated by Krishna in this way. So now after hearing that Jarasandha is killed, Yudhishthira Maharaj becomes very happy. And Yudhishthira Maharaj now, and Narad Muni guides Yudhishthira Maharaj that now you should perform the Rajasuya Yajna. So so basically, whenever Yudhishthira Maharaj's opulence is described, actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj was so opulent that we can't even imagine his opulence. As soon as Not for his sacrifice, like the demigods from the heavenly planets also assembled over there. And he never desired to perform a yajna. But when he was advised by Narad Muni, and when he was advised by his relatives, and on the approval of Krishna, then he decides to perform the Rajasuya yajna. And what is the reason of performing the Rajasuya yajna? The Acharyas give two reasons why Yudhishthira Maharaj performed the Rajasuya yajna. And the first important reason was that yajna is yajna by Vishnu. If you have to please Vishnu, we have to do yajna. So what is the most important yajna in Kali Yuga? As we all know, it is a Sankirtan yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This yajna is the most important yajna of the Kali Yuga. And that time, the yajna, one of the most important yajna was the yajna, because Yudhishthira Maharaj did enough to perform the yajna. That's why it is his duty to perform the yajna. And when instructed by Narad Muni, he did so. That is the first reason why Yudhishthira Maharaj performed the Rajasuya yajna. And the second reason was the most important reason. Yudhishthira Maharaj wanted to glorify Krishna. He wanted to glorify Krishna in the eyes of the world. When we want to do any particular thing, we want us ourselves to be glorified, don't we? Whenever we do anything in life, we want, even if we do any seva in the temple, we want that our name should come. So the important thing, a lesson to learn from over here is that how to, even though being the king of the world, even though being the emperor of the whole world, Yudhishthira Maharaj doesn't want him to get proclaimed. He wants Krishna to get proclaimed. We see in the life of Srila Prabhupada how Prabhupada, we know International Society for Krishna Consciousness, but very few people in the outside world, they know who established it actually. So Prabhupada never put himself in the foreground. He always put Krishna and Krishna's other devotees in the foreground. So he himself remained in the background and serving. That is the greatness of the devotee. Devotees never put themselves in the front. Uh, they try to serve. And so many acharyas and even Prabhupada says that if you don't serve, if the service is lost, then you are as good as dead. Even Radhanath Swami Maharaj, I was hearing one lecture, he was saying that if there is no service, if you eliminate service from the life of the devotee, then the devotee is as good as dead. So the Yudhishthira Maharaj here is performing Rajasuya Yajna on the activity, on the guidance of other devotees. So basically, Prabhupada gives the example of Krishna being like a sun. So actually, Krishna, when we are seeing the sun now, as now today, now it's already evening. Now the sun has gone from our vision. But Prabhupada says that Krishna, who is the sun, he might be disappeared from your vision, but Krishna is there, illuminating the other part of the world. Huh? So Krishna himself, Krishna is like the sun. Sometimes we perceive the sun as very bright, and sometimes in the evening time, the sun goes on, the brightness of the sun goes on decreasing. But does the brightness of the sun actually decrease? No. So brightness of the sun always remains. So whether it is Duryodhana or whether it is Yudhishthira, it depends upon our own consciousness how we perceive Krishna. So Krishna is like the sun. Krishna always remains at as the same temperature, even though we feel the difference. So people who are transcendentally equipoised, like Yudhishthira, they always know Krishna as the supreme Brahman. They always know that the Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and for glorifying him, all the activities are to be performed. And that's why Yudhishthira Maharaj does this Rajasuya Yajna. Otherwise, he was not interested in performing the Rajasuya Yajna. And Prabhupada gives the example which Yudhishthira Maharaj also gives, like how Krishna is like the artist, drama artist. How Krishna is actually, who is Krishna? Who is Krishna actually? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvatah tyaktva deha punar janma naiti mameti swarjuna. So Krishna is telling in the Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam. Krishna's janma and karma are divya. Evam yo veti tatvatah. If you understand this thing in truth, only you have to understand only two things. We are breaking our head in this whole life and trying to understand so many things. Going to school, going to college, trying to understand so many things. But if you have to understand just the simple things about Krishna, what? Krishna's Janma and Karma. But if you understand this in truth, then a miracle happens. Evam yoveti tatvatah. What happens? Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti swarjana. Then, when you leave this material body, you don't have to return back. You can go back to the spiritual world. You don't have to come back in this material body again and in this jail again. So that's why Krishna is like an artist. He's like a artist. He's like a artist in the drama. He's playing a role. He's playing a role of a king. He's playing a role over there. But actually, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna is not some ordinary personality like so many people say. Uh, so, uh, so now we'll see how. Now Krishna comes. When Krishna comes over there, Krishna basically appears. Krishna's appearance is like the sun. So Krishna appears in the Rajasuya sacrifice, and Yudhishthira has invited all sorts of people. Like so many, the whole list is given by Prabhupada. Like how so many experts, sages have been invited, like Vyasdev, Bharadwaj, Gautama, so many sages. The whole list is given by Prabhupada. And along with so many respectable old men are there, like Dronacharya and Bhisma is there, Kripacharya is there, Dhritarashtra is there. And the other mention Prabhupada makes is of Duryodhana. So, birthday party in your house. You have your housewarming ceremony. So will you invite your enemy over there? Huh? We will never invite our enemy. We only call friends for the birthday parties. We don't call any enemy. So, but here Yudhishthira Maharaj is performing Rajasuya Yajna and he is inviting Duryodhana. He knows how Duryodhana and his 99 brothers are envious of him, but still, despite being envious, he invites his enemy for the sacrifice. And that is what is we have to learn from Yudhishthira Maharaj. That is what is the character of the devotee. That's what Prabhupada says. The character of the devotee is that devotee makes his enemies into friends. Huh? The devotee has to. In fact, Prabhupada says that when our enemy comes to our house, we should treat him with so much respect and so much like a friendly manner that he will forget the enmity. Enmity will be forgotten. Huh? That is what we have to learn from this from the character of Yudhishthira Maharaj. And actually, Yudhishthira Maharaj was appearing like Varuna. Varuna has similarly performed the sacrifice previously. So all the other demigods, all the people when they came over there, they were thinking, oh, Yudhishthira Maharaj is so much wealthy like Varuna himself. And who all came? People from Gandharva Loka, Siddha Loka, Jana Loka, Tapar Loka, Naga Loka, Pakshi Loka, Charan Loka. Everybody came over there. And then the first thing which they did was according to the custom, the Somarasa. Everybody was given the juice of the Somarasa. So that so Prabhupada says that this is one of the like whenever people we call for a birthday party, we give them a welcome drink. So the Somaras is like a welcome drink. Huh? So we are all when we invite people, we invite guests and then we don't take care of them. We are busy in our own activities, and the guests won't like it, isn't it? So similarly, whenever we invite guests to our house, some welcome drink is required. So the priests also they offered everybody the welcome drink, which is the juice of the Soma plant. Huh? And then the most important thing came that who will be offered the Agra Puja now. Huh? So actually, if you see the Yudhishthira Maharaj's yajna is not like the small yajna we do at home. It is described in the Mahabharata. At that the yajna was for the entire city. The entire city was built for the purpose of the yajna. So it's a huge city was built for the purpose of the Rajasuya yajna. And then who will do the Agra Puja? So the Agra Puja, whom to be done for Agra Puja? So people were confused now what to do. Somebody was saying this person, somebody was saying that person. Then Sahadeva got up. So here is another lesson for us to learn from this episode. So Sahadev got up and Sahadev started glorifying Krishna. So he said that even though all the demigods are present over here, even though our teachers and everybody is present, but who can match Krishna? Who can match Krishna's renunciation? Who can match Krishna's wisdom? Who can match Krishna's reputation? So he explained that the that Krishna is the super soul in every living entity. So on all the yajna, dana, tapa, whatever we are doing is all for attaining Krishna. All everything is for actually Krishna's to Bhagavan Swami say Krishna Arpana Mastu. All when the yajna is completed, he said Krishna Arpana Mastu. Everything is for Krishna. So everything is to be done for Krishna's service. And Prabhupada says, they gives the analogy over here that Agra Puja is similar to the election of a president. So Agra Puja means who will be offered for Agra Puja is the very important person. So that's why Prabhupada is also glorifying how Sahadev comes over here, and he's saying that everybody of us is suffers the six kinds of changes, but Krishna's body doesn't change. Krishna is Sachidananda Vigraha. Huh? And all the glories of Krishna. Whenever we get an opportunity, this is another life lesson which we have to learn. That whenever we get an opportunity, we need to glorify Krishna. That is the character of a devotee. So devotee keeps Krishna first, and we keep ourselves first. That's why we have to become like we have to first learn to become a devotee, and keep Krishna in the center. When we keep Krishna in the center, then everything else is glorious. So here is how we see in the picture how Yudhishthira Maharaj, even though he's the king of the entire world, the Rajasvi Yajna is being performed for him, but he is doing the Agra Puja of Krishna. And when Yudhishthira Maharaj is serving Krishna, his tears are gliding from his cheeks, and Yudhishthira Maharaj actually goes in ecstasy while serving Krishna. And simultaneously, something other thing is happening. So what is happening? There is Sisupal in the whole crowd. There is a person called Sisupal. And who was Sisupal? Just tell a brief history of Sisupal. Sisupal was king of Chedi, and in his childhood, actually, Shishupal is the son of Krishna's aunt. Huh? So Krishna's auntie's son was Shishupal, and when Shishupal was born, he was born with 3 eyes and 4 hands. There's some unique thing. He was born with 3 eyes and 4 hands. And then this Shishupal's parents were confused. Now they were thinking, what to do? Need to abandon this child. The child needs to. But then that time there was Akashvani, and the Akashvani spoke that this boy will become very powerful and strong, and so don't abandon him. But then his mother was very scared about him, and they said that what to do now, what to do. So the Akashvani also said that he will be killed by a very great personality. So then the mother was very scared again. So mother asked the person who she prayed that, oh, please tell me who is the person who is going to kill my son. And then the Akashvani they replied that a person who will take him on his lap, that person, and when he takes on the lap, that time his third eye and the 2 extra hands will fall off, and that person will kill. And then all the kings and everybody used to take baby Shishupal on the lap. And when Krishna came over there, Krishna's auntie gave the baby Shishupal on Krishna's lap. And that time his eyes and the third eye and the 2 hands fell off. And then his mother immediately realized that Krishna is going to kill Shishupal, my son. That's why she understood that Shishupal, my son, is very envious and bad. But okay, let's ask for a boon for him. So she prayed, as a mother's heart was there. She prayed to Krishna that please forgive my son. Whatever offenses he commits against you, you please forgive. So Krishna gave her a boon that even if your son commits 100 offenses, still I will forgive him. But if he commits more than 100, then he will not be forgiven. So here is what is the limit of Shishupal? Like we all have internet in our house. So we have 100 GB, 200 GB, 400 GB. So Shishupal's limit was 100 GB. What is 100 GB? 100 offenses, 100 gali to Bhagwan, 100 GB. He can give maximum 100 gali to Bhagwan. And Shishupal used to go with a counter, like we go with a counter to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. Shishupal always had a counter in his mind. He used to, this was not the first time that Shishupal objected to anything for Krishna. From childhood, he was always blaspheming Krishna in each and everything. And then whenever he used to go to the 99, then he used to stop. Every time I used to go to 99 and stop, and then press the reset button. Like our after completing 108, how we press the reset button on the chanting counter. Similarly, he used to press the reset button and stop for that time. Then again, after another episode, he used to again blaspheme Krishna. So here, Shishupal could not take it. Shishupal was there in this assembly, and he could not take it that here Krishna is being offered the Agra Puja. So he started his own activities started, and started blaspheming Krishna like anything. That he said so many senior people are there in this assembly. Why you have to give this Agra Puja to Krishna? This Krishna, no, I was going to get married to Rukmini, and he kidnapped Rukmini in that assembly. And he said that so many people. So this Sahadev and everybody is like a boy. Why you should listen to some boy? No need to listen to the statement of the boy. All not only Sahadeva or Bhishma and all the other people are here are misdirected. Huh? He was saying this Krishna, we don't know what his varna is. Huh? Krishna is like we say brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyas. We know what is varna. We don't know exactly what Krishna's varna is. Sorry, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. We don't know whether he is a Vaishya or whether he is a Kshatriya. Then Krishna is not a king also. Krishna is the servant of the king. The king is Ugrasena. So maybe Ugrasen can given the Agra Puja, to be given the Agra Puja. Why is Krishna to be given Agra Puja? So he started blaspheming one and by other thing. He started hurling one or the other insults. And then what happens? Whenever insult is done to a person, if you there is Prabhupada explains that if some great personality is insulted, or Krishna is insulted, the Supreme Lord is being insulted, should you remain there? You should listen to it quietly. No, you have to get very angry. That is one thing when devotees are supposed to get angry. If Krishna or the other devotees are being offended, then a devotee is supposed to get angry at the person at the offending person. Huh? So similarly, the all the other persons over there got very angry. Bhima got so angry that he was ready to jump upon and kill Shishupal at that moment. But Bhishma Dev pacified him. Wait. He said, wait. Maybe this is part of Krishna's Leela. And so many other people got so angry, and some other people got they couldn't hear it, so they covered their ears and they left the assembly. Huh? But still, this Shishupal was like a childish fool. He continued. He was not scared of Bhima also. He continued his hurling the offenses one after the other. He kept on telling, "What is this Krishna? This Krishna is just a coward boy. Why?" And finally, Krishna, he said, is no better than a crow. Crow immediately he takes he gets a chance, he goes to eat something. So similarly, this Krishna has come and he wants to take the first part in the sacrifice. Huh? So actually, the Shishupal heard so many insults at Krishna, but the devotees, especially Sridhar Swami, when Sridhar Swami comments on this in the Bhagavatam, Sridhar Swami says that actually Krishna is trying to Shishupal is not trying to offend Krishna. Shishupal is indirectly praising Krishna. So if you see the 10th canto, 74th chapter, and the 33rd and 34th verse, so when Prabhupada is commenting over there, that Shishupal is saying that Shishupal is calling Krishna Gopal. He's only Gopal. But Sridhar Swami says he is not only the cowherd, but he is actually the protector of the who is Gopal. He is a Palak. He is Gopal. He is a protector of the Vedas and the earth. And Shishupal says that he is Kulapamshan. Kulapamshan means what? He is not disgrace of the family. Uh, he is basically the destroyer of the misguided people. Uh, then Kaka. Shishupal calls him as crow, Kak. So, he's saying actually he's not Kaka, he's a Kaka. He's beyond the material misery. He's on the pure transcendental platform. So that's why Sridhar Swami and these other devotees like Prabhupada can exactly give a commentary on this verse, because Shishupal is indirectly, Shishupal is actually glorifying Krishna. But he's thinking that he's blaspheming, but indirectly Shishupal glorifies Krishna. And what happens? How much is his limit? What we discussed? His limit was 100 GB. He could only do 100 gali to Bhagwan. So when he keeps on, and then this time he forgets to keep count. And Krishna is quiet. Everybody is getting angry over there, but Krishna is quietly sitting on his seat. And Krishna, when he completes the 101, Krishna warns him, Shishupal, I have given a boon to your mother, and that's why I have never killed you till now. But now don't do anything more. But Shishupal doesn't stop. Hmm? Now Shishupal has become crazy over there. Hmm? Shishupal, Shishupal is now has become now crazy. So Shishupal continues hurling these offenses. What he tells Krishna, that Krishna was you are nicely staying in Mathura, but despite Mathura, where all the great sages are there, devotees are there, and then you went to stay in Dwarka. Dwarka is in the midst of the ocean, and no Vedas are recited over there, no devotees are staying over there, and this Krishna should not be given this first sacrifice. So actually, if you see in this episode, Shishupal would have, when the sacrifice was supposed to begin, that time Shishupal would have told this. But Shishupal does not tell over there. Shishupal lets Krishna let the Agra Puja being done. After the Agra Puja is being finished, and after the Charanamrut which is there, that is sprinkled on everyone. After that, Shishupal starts this. Why is that? And Sridhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments on this, that Shishupal wants to destroy the sacrifice of Yudhishthira Maharaj actually. And because of that, because of his envy towards Yudhishthir, envy towards Krishna, he doesn't stop at the first instance. He stops after Krishna is worshipped. He now says that, oh, now this is a bad omen. Now then he starts blaspheming. Then he starts blaspheming. That is how envious people like Shishupal are. And then something wonderful happens. When Shishupal commits the 101st offense, and so Krishna releases the Sudarshan Chakra. The Sudarshan Chakra is supposed to be very bright. It is brighter than a million suns. And Krishna releases a Sudarshan Chakra, and it severs the head of Shishupal. And it is described as if the peak of the mountain is cut, and the mountain falls down. Huh? So Prabhupada compares this to the killing of to the life of Jaya and Vijaya. And we all know that who is Sishupal actually? Shishupal is actually the Jaya and Vijaya of Vaikuntha. When they were cursed by the four Kumaras, they came into three lives. And first was Ravana and Kumbhakarna, then Shishupal and Dantavakra, and then the Jagai and Madhai. First was Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. I'm sorry. In the Satyayuga, it's Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravan and Kumbhakarna, and Shishupal and Dantavakra. And these people only came as Jagai and Madhai, and Mahaprabhu delivered them. So here Shishupal, actually what happens to Shishupal? Shishupal, after dying, immediately the soul of Shishupal comes out as a effulgent light, and that goes and merges in Krishna's body. And everybody is astonished. Oh, what happened? How fortunate Shishupal is. Shishupal actually, Prabhupada describes, Shishupal actually got Sayuja Mukti. Actually, this is not a type of mukti which the devotees of Krishna want. Vaishnavas are okay with, even actually they don't want the other four types of mukti also. But Sayuja Mukti is totally rejected by Vaishnavas, and which the Mayavadis want, which Brahmavadis want. The Sayuja Mukti means merging into the body of Krishna. They don't want. But this is actually a part of Krishna's Leela. So actually, initially he gives him Sayuja Mukti, and then afterwards, actually, Krishna puts him back as Jai Vijay in Vaikuntha. So he reinstates him. In Prabhupada says that finally he was reinstated in his original position of personal service. So that is how Krishna gave salvation to uh, Shishupal. So this episode gives us so many lessons actually. So we don't have so much time, so I will talk in short. So what is the Falashruti? So people don't usually, we don't want to listen to all this killing of Jarasandha, like I said initially, killing of Shishupal. But actually, Srila Shukadev Goswami, in this chapter, end of this chapter, gives a Falashruti for this. In the 10th canto, 74th chapter, the 54th verse. And what he's saying? Ya idam kirta ye Vishnu कर्म चैद्य वदाधिकम rajamoksham vitanam cha sarva papaye pramuchyate. One who recites these activities of Lord Vishnu, including the killing of Shishupal, the deliverance of kings, and the performance of Rajasuya sacrifice, is freed from all sins. So, Falashruti of what we discussed today is actually we can get freedom from all the sins. And when we get freedom from all the sins, then we can begin to understand what is devotional service. Huh? So that is a very important lesson which we got. So, what is the life lessons we learned from Shishupal episode? So, first thing which we have to learn is humility from Yudhishthir. Huh? We'll just summarize this thing now. Uh, Humility we learn from Yudhishthir Maharaj. He is being established as the king of the world now, and he is doing the Rajasuya Yajna. And not only the people from all the kings everywhere have come to assemble over there, uh, but even the demigods, the great demigods, the Brahmaji, Brahma, Shiva, everybody, the great personalities of everybody has assembled over there. And the central focus is on Yudhishthira, and Yudhishthira shifts the focus to Krishna. That's what we have to also we have to learn from this episode. That whenever the focus is put on us, the importance we have to give to our spiritual master and to other devotees. If we start to take importance for us, then we will fall down. So one devotee asks one time Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, you say every time that we can fall in Maya, but you will never fall in Maya. So Prabhupada says, yes, I will never fall in Maya. Why? Because every time I am Krishna, that please don't put me in Maya. So similarly, we should also learn humility from this episode of Shishupal. That how Yudhishthira Maharaj doing his Rajasuya sacrifice, he gave the Agra Puja, the first position to first as a worship to Krishna. So whenever we put Krishna in first, whenever we put Krishna in the center of our life, then our life is successful. Otherwise, Prabhupada gives the example that we are adding zeros to our life. We have this degree, we have this much income, we have this good job, we have a good wife, we have a good family, we have good this one, we have a big houses in India and here. So we are adding zeros to our life. Unless we add the one of Krishna, unless we are humble enough to add the one of Krishna, our life is a waste. That's why the most important lesson to learn is the third verse of Shishtastakam. Pranadapi sunechena taroriva sahishnana amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. So if we are humble than a blade of grass, we are more tolerant than a tree. We don't want any respect, and we give all respect to others. Then only we can become kirtaniya sadahari. Then we can chant the holy name of Krishna constantly. That is the first lesson. Second lesson is glorifying Krishna from Sahadeva. We have to learn how to glorify Krishna from Sahadeva. The whole assembly is there and everybody is quiet. Everybody is discussing among themselves. People are confused. And Sahadeva is the person who is clear over there. And he starts glorifying Krishna. When he glorifies Krishna so profusely, then everybody's intelligence is established. And they say, sadhu, sadhu, means to say, to confirm that, yes, Sahadeva, what you have said is right. Krishna is the super soul. Krishna is the person who has to be given the Agra Puja. And nobody else. Even though we think people are great, but Krishna is the greatest. Krishna is the greatest of everyone. Krishna is the Anantakoti Brahmanda Nayak. So Krishna, we have to learn. Whenever we get opportunity, in this Kartik month, so many Damodar kathas are going on. Whenever we get an opportunity, we have to glorify Krishna. That is what we have to learn from this episode. And the third most important part is that we have to learn is we have to leave envy. Envy is the reason for which we have come into this world. The desire, material desire and envy is the reason why we have to come in this world. So Shishupal, who is very envious, do we become like Shishupal? Do you want to become like Shishupal? So Srivas, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and so many other in this episode, they tell that no, we have to learn how not to become like Shishupal. Anyabhilashita shunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam, anukulyena Krishnanushīlanam bhakti. Anukulena. We have to become Anukul and not Pratikul. The Shishupal, Kamsa and everybody, Jarasandha, their Shishupal and Kamsa especially, they are Pratikul. Shishupal was thinking about Krishna constantly. He was thinking about Krishna constantly, but the purpose was what? To blaspheme Krishna. So, but we have to Leave envy. Envy has to be uprooted from our heart. Out of the six Shadripus, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsara, Matsara has to be totally uprooted. The other five we can use for Krishna service, but envy cannot be used for Krishna service. So envy has to be uprooted totally from our heart, and then only we can surrender to Krishna. That is one most important lesson which we have to learn from the Sisupala episode. Hare Krishna. Sanand Gokul Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hopefully
Thank
I
you.
was audible. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Thank you
Prabhuji, for
everyone
that.
for attending this program.
Yeah, actually, I'll be presenting the temple activities presentation, so you can present that one.
Yeah, I'll stop my sharing. You'll be showing the PowerPoint, no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So our prayers and blessings to you and your family and friends for participating in this event organized by ISKCON worldwide for world peace and love. So this Damodar Yatra is presently we are doing it online. If somebody lights a lamp in the temple of Lord Srihari, even for a short time in the month of Kartik, whatever sins he has acquired for millions of kalpas, one kalpa equals 1,000 Chaturyugas, are all destroyed. So Padma Purana says that. So there is various glories of month of Kartik. Hari Bhakti Vilas says that if you do charity, yajna, japa, austerity in the month of Kartika, will get a result that will never be destroyed. And oh Narada, I have personally seen that a person who happily reads Bhagavad Gita during the month of Kartik, it does not return to the world of birth and death. Skanda Purana says that if during the month of Kartik, if you give a small gift to Lord Vishnu, you will attain a result that will never be destroyed. And Padma Purana also says that out of the 12 months of the year, Kartik is the most dear to Lord Krishna. Even if you slightly worship Lord Vishnu during this time, the month of Kartik gives you residence in Lord Vishnu's transcendental abode. That is the glories of Kartik from different scriptures. So what is the glories of Damodar month? Skande Tatraiva. Kartikasya tu masasya koti amhesana pinarhati sarve tirtheshu yat snanam sarvadaneshu yat phalam. So the pious result obtained by bathing in all holy places and giving all charities is not equal to 1/10 millionth part the result obtained by following the vow of Kartik Vrata. Kartikam khalu vai masam sarva maseshu chotamam punyanam paramam punyam pavananam cha pavanam. Kartik is the best of months, the most pious of pious deeds, the most purifying of all that purify. Hare Krishna. So that is said in Hari Bhakti Vilas. दीपेनपि हि यत्रासु प्रियते हरिरीश्वर सुगीतं च ददाति एव paradīpa prabodhanāt. Lord Krishna is pleased by the offering of a single lamp during the month of Kartik. Lord Krishna glorifies anyone who lights a lamp for someone else to offer. Skande tatraiva kalpakoti sahasrani patakani bahuni api nimesharden deepasya vilayam yanti kartike. In Skanda Purana it is said, if you offers a lamp during the month of Kartik, his sins in many thousands and millions of births perish in Nimeshardhena, means in half an eye blink. So these are the various activities worldwide. Worldwide, in the month of Kartik, the activities of Kirtana is going on. The various festivals of ISKCON are going out throughout the world. Food Relief Foundation is very important now, especially in this month of in this year of Corona. Actually, in the 2020 year of Corona, where Corona pandemic has troubled everyone, this prasadam is giving relief to the people throughout the world. Hare Krishna. So what our temple also has organized various cultural services. So like we already saw how ISKCON is doing the various activities. In Bahrain also daily programs in the temple are there, and like chanting, darshan, there is glorification through the scriptures, bhajan sandhya, Corona Action Force is going on now. Various house programs are being organized. Presently, everything is online. Bhakti Vrikshas to discuss and understand, practice the spiritual topics. Mother's Garden is the very important program in which the Vedic knowledge is given to children in systematic and fun-filled manner. Various youth programs are being organized by Balwan Prabhu and his group. Inspiring and interactive sessions go on. There is various seminars and courses are there for systematic study of scriptures like Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav. Hare Krishna. So Karuna Action 4 is very, very important. Like it was constituted to help the needy during these troubled times. 400 plus kits are distributed to devotees and well-wishers. Indian Community Relief Fund has been supported, as well as the Bahrain government's initiative FINA Khair. We supported devotees by sponsoring their air tickets to India, supporting children for paying the school fees. Many temples and congregations around the world have been supported by Bahrain, including Mayapur, Vrindavan, Chennai, Trivandrum, and Bangladesh. So you can also offer various sevas to the Lord, like do abhishek to the Lord, sponsor prasadam for the Lord, offer deity dresses, do Narsinga or Krishna, Sri Krishna Archana, offer flower and garlands to the Lord, give Lakshmi for temple maintenance, and on special occasions can be celebrated in temple, like samskaras, like naming ceremony, annaprashanam, birthdays, anniversaries, remembrance days, all can be celebrated in ISKCON. Hare Krishna. Sanand Gokul Prabhu. Damodarashtakam will be played, no, I think.
In the Skanda Puran, Lord Brahma and sage Narada conversed that the month of Kartik is very dear to Lord Krishna. When one offers a lamb during the month of Kartik, his sins of many thousands and millions of births perish in half an eye blink. Even if there is no mantras, no pious deeds, and no purity, everything becomes perfect when a person offers a lamb during the month of Kartik. Person who offers a lamb to Lord Krishna during the month of Damodar becomes very glorious and fortunate. No sins exist anywhere in the three worlds that will not be purified by offering a lamb to Lord Keshav during Kartik. A person who offers a lamb to Lord Damodar during Kartik attains the eternal spiritual world where there is no suffering.
Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Prajamana Namamishwaram Sachidanandarupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Prajamana Yashodhaviyo Lokalatavamana Param Vrishtamadyantato Dutagopya Yashodhaviyo Lokalatavamana Param Vrishtamadyantato Dutagopya Hare Krishna
Namameshwaram Chidanandarupam Satkundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodapiyo Loka Ladavamanam Param Vrashtamatanta Todrutya Gopa Rudam tamuhurnetra yugmam rejanta karambojayogmena satankanetra muhushwasakam patirekankakhanta chitagaivam damodar ram bhaktipadam iti drikshvalilabhir anandakunde Swaghosam nimajantam vakyapayantam Tadiyeshu taggeshu bhakti jitatvam Guna prematasmam sata vritti bande Param deva moksham na moksham vadimva Na chanyam hrideham veshadapiha Idam te vapurnata gopalabhala Sada me manasa virastam ki mande Idam te mukambodam atyanta nile Kutam kuntale snigdaraktasya gopa Muhusumbitam bimba Raktadalam me manasya virastamalam lakshalabe Namo deva damodar ananta vishnu Prasida prabho dukha jalabdimagna Kripa drishti drishtya tuidinam bhatanu Grihanesha mamagya Medaksidresha Kuberatmajo baddha Mutvaiva yatva Tvaya murchito bhaktiva Jokto cha Tatha prema bhaktim sakame prajasa शीघ्रहो मे स्थिता मोददेह नमस्ते स्तुताम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयदरायत विश्वसदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभा नमामीश्वरां सा चिदानन्दरूपा लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम्
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Bol, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you very much for the wonderful
Hare Krishna.
class, for the glorification of the Leela.
Hare Krishna.
Very well. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for the wonderful class and
Horrible.
nicely summarizing at the end with the lessons to learn. No envy.
I wanted to make a point nice, but I didn't get time, so only pictures I put. Then whatever I could do.
For the doctors.
All the chapter, if you read, so many things are there in the Rajasuya sacrifice and the killing of the Sisupala and everything. Na? Oh God, too much, too many things are there. And the Rajasuya sacrifice is so grand कि वो बहुत ही grand है description उसका.
Very well. So
Yeah.
mainly that's what the lessons finally, that humility and no envy, and mainly I think the Sadeva character throughout means we see here only where Sadeva is coming out boldly and speaking something. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Now we'll do for Nasimvandana for the benefit of all the assembled devotees and their family and friends.
Hare Krishna.
You can sing, Prabhuji, Nasimvandana.
Yeah,
you can sing.
Namaste Narasimhaya Prahlad Daine Hiranyakashipurvakshaha Shilatanka Nakhalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapadde Tavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubringa Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narsimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Deva Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Bhakta Prahlad Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Bhakti Vigna Vinashak Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan ki Jai भक्तराज श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गुरुदेव महाराज की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय.
Thank you again for all the participants. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarupesya kripa sindhu bhyevacha pattanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hari